way better.
Right.
So I owe you $2 million for you getting jumped on
Exactly
at our show.
That had nothing to do with you.
What's part of that?
You had no business to do with it, but in a sense, I was coming to see DMX, may he rest in peace. You know,
but didn't you know? But didn't you know it was a Rough Rider show? You wasn't prepared.
I was prepared, but I don't know that I was gonna get the one to get my ass whooped.
I mean, it's a Rough Rider show. Everybody get their ass whooped.
Hey, we all came in prepared, and then we just had to sit outside and listen to ten while I'm getting like pounded in my head. Right? So somebody owes me something. Not the Paco jeans. Fuck the Paco jeans.
I mean, well, I appreciate the support from early on back then, you know, and rest in peace, DMX the Great.
Rest in peace.
My brother for life, for sure.
DMX, I mean, we have to thank you for a lot of things, and especially DMX, to be honest. Like, I can go into like a whole deep conversation about this, but I'm going to leave it till later on when I see you, so I can cry not in front of people. But he had a major impact on my life, to be honest, as a young kid. And it went on for a long, long time, and it was the support that I needed at the time. It was exactly what I want. Wow. There's things I needed to hear, and he actually said it to me. So, like, rest in peace, man. I was about to start crying.
Yeah, man. You know, he was for the people. You know, and that's what made DMX special. Is he was for the people. You know, he never wanted to feel above the people, which is why you never seen him with a bunch of cars, a bunch of jewelry, and he always wanted to stay on the ground level. You know, he let me do all the cars and all that stuff. But he himself always wanted to be grounded, you know, and he'd jump out the car and give his shoes to a homeless person on the street. I've seen him do numerous generous acts, like since I've known him, since I was 17, 18, I've seen him being the same way, you know. Most generous person I ever met is DMX.
Amazing. Well, you're no different either. I mean, let's be honest with. I mean, let me tell you this. So this was, I think, 2 years ago, before Middle Beast. I was sitting at home, minding my own business, and then I opened up Instagram, and I'm looking at Swizz in an airplane, just making mixes.
Yeah.
And
I remember that.
I'm like, what's going on? Like, you know, why is Swizz Beatz making mixes on an airplane? Yeah. And then I see, Middle Beast. Then I'm watching Middle Beast and I'm staring. I'm like, yo, is this for real? Is Swizz here? What the hell? The thing is, we had some of our boys who work for Swizz Beatz. Of course, they work for Swizz Beatz. Everybody works for Swizz Beatz. Yeah. They work for Middle Beast. And they're telling the same thing. Like, yeah, he was here. I'm like, what a moment. And so since that moment, I kept tabs. I'm like, I'm looking at you. I'm trying to see how Swizz is moving. And then I see you at Ola. Then I see camera racing. And then I'm like, okay, there's something going on. So I start asking questions. And everything that I got from people was all love. It was all love. Everybody gave me nothing but positivity. Everybody loved being around you, loved your energy, loved your team. And that was a huge thing for us. I mean, our teams were talking for the last like 7 months. And throughout all the conversations, like, we got to know you even more. And I wanted to ask you a question. Like, why are you here? Why are you in Saudi? Well, you're not in Saudi right now, but you better be here soon, though.
I'll be there in 5 minutes. But I think, you know, why Saudi? One, I love Saudi for many years now, 18 plus years. You know, I love the culture. I always loved the music. And I always, love the creativity. And what I love now even more about Saudi, which is why you see me more, is that it's being open for the creatives. And, Saudi has so much talent at home. It has so much talent at home. Forget worrying about what's going on in the States where I'm at. Like, I love what you guys have going on over there. And so I said, let's go over there and give some guidance as well. Not go there just to do a show, pack up and leave, never really see how, the people live, how's the culture, and I just wanted to just show people that, you can come into a place that's special and do special things. It doesn't always have to be the same things, come and do some homework. There's architects in Saudi, there's designers in Saudi, there's guys that's doing what you guys doing, big podcasts in Saudi. And it's like, enough of the hiding already. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people go to Saudi and want to hide it. I go to Saudi and post it. I go to Saudi with my family. I'm not hiding, and I just think that it's not fair to hide such a great place. And no place in the world is perfect. If I wanted to live in a perfect place, I definitely wouldn't be in America for sure.
I know what you mean,
but but it's just something in my heart. It's just a genuine love. Like it's a genuine love. I'm not getting paid to say what I say. I'm not getting paid to do what I do. I'm actually investing in Saudi with my own money and things myself, in our company with no good intentions. We have good intentions to spread the word of creativity. For me, it's all creativity based.
Trust me, we've seen that. I mean, we've seen Noor, God bless her. I mean, you can see your team. They're all just full of energy and wanting to collaborate and create. And like throughout the conversation that we've been having, I've always like asked questions, but most of those questions were answered just through your team, just them talking just about every day about what you look for, what you want to do, what's your ambitions. And the thing is, like for us, when we started having conversations with your team, like we know what we have in Saudi. Like we know it. This is why we started our podcast. We know exactly what we have. We know the value of the things that we have. And so some of the problems that we, like especially me specifically, of the things that I want to do in the future requires knowledge transfer from someone who is really good at what he does. And then when we were watching you, every person that talked to you, that came back to us, told the same thing. Open, is willing to have a conversation, was willing to tell you what you should be doing, how you should be doing it, how to help you evolve forward. And that's credit to you and your team, because it's very hard to have you. We have a lot of talents. As you said, we have a lot of creatives. We have amazing people. Guidance is the key word.
Agreed.
A lot of people come here and they just do things and they want to do things, but they're not really trying to give something back. And one of the things that I've seen you like do, like, I know a lot of people do not know that you exist in Saudi. A lot of people are being surprised right now knowing that you've been here for a while.
You've been working with us. You have interest here. Like you have an interest in the culture, and not just about guidance. It's about also, I feel, leaving an impact. And I feel like that's one of the things that you're trying to do here as well.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, God willing.
Hopefully. Yo, Saudi Bronx, come here. Okay. All right, one step at a time. So, okay, Swizz. Okay, first off, you have a camel team. All right.
Which is interesting that you have a camel racing team.
That's just one thing. And then I see the R, the Rough Rider R on these camels.
And it fits. It fits perfectly.
And then you give us Saudi Bronx. Exactly. No. We get it. No, I get it. By the way, the name Saudi Bronx, I love that name. That's an amazing name.
Yeah, because I'm from the South Bronx.
We know.
So that came from travels, travels back and forth, and seeing the races and seeing everybody that I was around watching the races, and it really being a thing, and staying up wee hours in the morning watching these camel races. And I just started loving the commentating first, just the enthusiasm from the guy that's commentated.
That's how it started.
And just the energy. I just was loving the energy. And I was just like, every time I'm just watching these camera races, and I asked the question, I was like, how do you get into like owning a camel racing team? Like, how can I be a part of this? Because, the people that I was around had a couple of the teams and different things like that. And I was just like, man, I would love to do something like this. I miss that whole era in America with the horses and things like that. I never was into it like that. The energy felt like it was a little beyond me. It just didn't feel like something that I wanted to get into. But this right here was like, let's go. La, 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 la. Like it just, the energy was there.
You felt connected.
The hype, the excitement right there.
Yeah. I felt super connected. And I did a bunch of studies, and I put together a pretty decent team through friends I know. And
that's being humble.
Look at the humbleness.
Winning team.
Yeah.
The humbleness. Your team has no space for in the trophy cabinet, so they built a second trophy cabinet room right now.
I mean,
look at more humbleness.
Super blessings to Ahmed, who's one of the best trainers in the world, as we can see the results. Team and blessings to his family. And, everybody that keeps Saudi Bronx up and running, Nasser, just super, 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 super strong in that team. And, I started out with 6 camels. I think I have 28 in the stable now.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And, we just planning to let the world see something different, which is why I put the Rough Rider R on the jacket of the camel racing to bring it back home and just, and let it happen organically. Like I'm not forcing the camel racing on anyone. I'll post it on my main page on Instagram. We have the Saudi Bronx Instagram, which is growing slowly. But like, let everybody like take their time and get into it as an entry point, because I see every time we do a race, I see new people join in the conversation. Everybody want to know how can they get a camel team? How can they do this? How can they do that? And we have all of those things coming, but right now it's kind of hard because the races are like at 5 a.m. US time. Right.
Yeah.
And so, so that's a little bit hard, but we'll see what the future holds, but I'm super excited and congrats to the whole Saudi Bronx family.
Congrats
we
to
just
you and
started.
all of them. I mean, you guys have been doing amazing work. Saudi Bronx is actually like a proof of concept of the things that you do here. You strive to do the best possible.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
And
we even did it. We working on a new Shayla too. So.
Oh, we can't wait now.
That's a compliment.
We can't wait. I want to ask you. You have better access than me to the Ministry of Culture. I mean, the work that we see from on the ground has been amazing, but the work upstairs, you have better connections than us. This is hilarious to say, by the way, but it's amazing how like I see how you're connected to the Ministry of Culture, to Prince Bedr, to the people there, to the team, your team and their team. They all connect, they all talk together all the time. I mean, what's over there? Like, what do you guys? I'm not gonna say what you guys are trying to do because it's very obvious you're coming with good intentions.
Yeah. Well, for me, I'm just really inspired how the young people have the keys now to do great things, shout to Prince Badr. I mean, just look at all of the things that he's changed in the last 2 years, especially in the creative space and definitely in the arts and definitely getting the language of Saudi in a very authentic way out to the world, because like a lot of people like to promote negativity, but there's so much positivity happening in Saudi,
True.
And even for Prince Badr to go deep into Alula and pull out those artifacts and let people know that, Saudi is a destination for many, many things, many, many things. There's not heads chopped off in the streets and these ignorant conversations that I have to have with people because they just don't take the time to do the information. There's actually more opportunity in Saudi than many, many, many more places in the world, and I think that as long as the ministry is pushing the culture forward, which I've seen them doing, I think that Saudi is just going to be the new place where the creatives go and where, you just can go to just live and be different, and I think that they're starting off great, and I feel that the intentions are good from what I've witnessed and things that I've been told. I'm seeing them happen today, and I'm like, I respect that.
I agree with you 100%. We went to the Jack's Art District, which is something under the Ministry of Culture that they're building for all the creatives. And we were just blown
I'm trying
away.
to get the office there.
Oh, snap. The battle starts. The battle starts. It's limited offices. Who's going to get first? Yo, Prince Bedr, we need an office. We need an office.
We all need an office there. We all need an office there.
Yo, shout out to Prince Bedr. I'm telling you, the work that he's doing on the ground has been amazing. And the people that we meet from his team are also just as amazing. I'm going to tell you something. So I grew up in the States. And then I came back to Saudi. And when I came back to Saudi, I was an adult. So I look at this country in a different lens compared to the people who lived in the country. So if you asked me 6 years ago to name 4 ministers, just 4 ministers, I won't be able to. If you ask any person in college, I'm not going to go to high school, in college, to name 4 ministers, they would not be able to.
True.
Now, we can tell you what they like. What's their likes and dislikes? When do they go to work? What's their favorite color?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is paying close attention because we have these leaders now. They're like way different than before. See, if this was 5 years ago, this podcast would have never started. This podcast actually started with the leadership of, like, when we saw the Crown Prince MBS, we saw what he's trying to do and how he's talking to us, saying, you guys need to glow up. Go do your best. Show the people you're the best. It's not the government's job to keep telling people we're the best. It's your job. Show it. You got the skills.
It's a shift in mentality. It's a change.
And with that, like, we came in running, like, we're so happy and excited. And we started something that most people don't actually do. And like, and the thing is, you see it better than most of us because you get to see the people upstairs when they're working, and then you get to see the people because you're everywhere. And this is the thing about Swizz Beatz. Swizz knows what's going upstairs, and he sees what's happening downstairs.
You have the connect, Swizz.
Look at us calling Swizz for connections.
No, man. For me, I'm a student. And that's the key. Like, we got to always maintain being a student, because the minute that we want to stop learning and progressing, like, life is over, right? And, you got to sharpen your pencil every day because the world is changing so fast, which is why I went back to school in my late 30s just to prepare for like another 20 years of what I want to do. And I think that we just got to be students and hold people accountable for taking care of the creatives and holding ourselves accountable for leveling up the creatives. Like, you guys are leveling up the creatives. It's your job. Because you're in the creative space. It's my job to level up the creatives. Good intentions got to level up the creatives. And, what MBS told you is the truth. Like, like, the government got to do governmental things. It's the creatives that's going to be like, nah, this is what it is. And the people are going to be like, damn, they can actually do a podcast? Yes. I can actually do music now? Yes. I can actually go to Middle Beast and have fun? Yes. It's so many different things that in other places, it's normal, but these new changes are big, big, big changes. And I really, really, I seen it with my own two eyes when I was at Middle Beats. I seen couples going out, having a good time together, and it just feel like the world just opened back up in Saudi, and I was there to see it, and it felt like a breath of fresh air. And, and I'm that's home to me as well.
Of course, it's going to be your home. So I doubt you've been in Ula almost every single weekend. we're paying attention.
We don't blame you.
We're paying attention, Swizz.
Like, we would go to that every single weekend.
Exactly. Yeah. Anytime you're landed, we're going to be there.
Yeah, but Alula, like, when I go to Alula, it's not like to ball out. It's to like see and learn, and see the plans. Like, I'm very big into architecture, and the presentation that they was given in Alula, I thought it was super amazing to see how forward thinking the ministries and Amr and all of those amazing people over there thinking, like, they're thinking so. Everybody want to call me because they know I'm on you guys' podcast, right? Hold that thought for 1 second. They're going to keep bringing the damn phone.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Swizz. Swizz is back from Al-Ula.
Swizz is still Al-Ula.
You just went to Al-Ula, came back.
Oh, we didn't do that.
Okay, I'm back from Alula. I'm back from Alula.
That was swift.
That was a quick phone call. All right, welcome back.
I had to go lock my door in Alula.
Oh, that's amazing. By the way, your Harvard interview is amazing. I watched that a good 10 times. I
got to go back and watch it.
Oh, you're going to learn something new. Trust me. If you go back and watch it, it's amazing.
I was drinking when I did it, so I don't remember.
You were trying to relax.
See, that's how wisdom happens. You drop gems there.
No, there was. I think
speak the truth.
One of the best things about the interview was the what's the name? Seeing you talk about yourself more than just about the creative work that you're trying to do or the people you're trying to support. It's about what you stand for. That was the majority of the conversation. I got to sit there and look at someone that I admire, and I'm looking at how this guy thinks, and his goals are similar to mine. He wants to help out. He wants to push things forward. And it was just amazing watching a group of Harvard graduates sit down and listen to Swizz Beatz. That was a moment.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that was a big moment, not only for me, but for my family and for a lot of people that thought that they could never do it, coming from the Bronx where I come from. And, when people feel that just because you had some success that you can leave education on the table, I think the more success you have, the more education you need to keep retaining to maintain that, because we're not taught to maintain the success. We're taught, how to get the success. It's like, okay, they're going to train you to be a basketball player. They're going to train you to do this. They're going to train you to do that. But now the success happens, then what happens, right? So it's like, damn, I never knew how to handle money. I never knew how to build a portfolio. I haven't, so it's so many different things. Like life begins when the success begins. Like before that is no real responsibilities. But once you get to the top, like you guys, you have to, now the real work starts with maintaining that, because now you're the target. And whenever you're the target, you got to always stay sharp and keep pivoting. And that's one thing I was able to do since 17, but I also knew that I had to do that in order to be sitting here talking to you guys in 2021.
That's ridiculous. And look, that's exactly the same thing that we look at. We always need to learn. And that's one of the things that we're doing. Even as a country, we're always learning. And if you stop learning, you start failing. So
even as us doing the podcast, like we've learned so much over the past year. Like, yes, we did 100 episodes. We're proud. We're so happy that we got this far. At the same time, there's still this thirst and hunger to go beyond the bounds that we've set for ourselves.
I agree with that. And if you're not thinking like that, then you might as well stop.
Yeah,
I agree.
Definitely.
I always tell the guys, we have to stay hungry. If we do something and we like it, let's go do something else. That's it. We did it. We liked it. Good. Let's keep moving.
And you can see it everywhere.
Life begins at the end of your comfort zone,
True.
Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Sky is not the limits. It's just the view. Why should the skies be our limits? There's billions of galaxies out there. So don't put a filter or a block on where you're going to go. Just plan for it and just equip yourself and just keep going. And when it starts to feel uncomfortable, you're probably in the right space, right? Because if it was a comfortable space, it wouldn't be no more space because everybody would be in it, right?
Facts.
Yeah.
But the spaces that feel uncomfortable, more than likely you're breaking new ground. And, that's when the payoff is going to be better as well. And people are like, man, like, how did these guys do that? I would have never did that. And that's what's going to make you different from everybody. Like some people won't do the work. You're going to put the work in. And it's just like what I see in Saudi. It's like, it's the quiet before the storm.
It's true. It's true.
And that's the mindset that we're getting right now. The mindset of, why should I limit myself? Why should I, as you said it, why should I look at the sky as the limit? No, the sky is just the view. Let me go beyond that because right now we have a chance. We have an opportunity. We have encouragement. We have support. We have the freedom to be able to go and express ourselves in the ways that we want to and in the ways that really, push the boundaries of whatever medium we want to explore.
That's a fact.
Sky is not...
and you have the support.
Definitely.
Definitely. That's what's helping us.
Yeah.
What's helping us that we know there's people saying, no, we want you to be more out there compared to before. We want you to speak your own language, be your own self, be your own identity, and be out there. You can be different and be with everybody at the same time. And that's the thing that we're trying to inject. We're trying to inject, be different. Enjoy whatever the hell you want to enjoy.
Be yourself.
Just make it shine. That's all you got to do.
I agree with that. I mean, like you guys even got a 2030 plan lined up, like name another place in the world that give their people that type of information and goals to that blueprint. Like I don't, what plan we got over here? I don't know about it, right? Stimulus plan.
Nobody told you.
Yeah, we got this stimulus plan here, but like just imagine if every place had that type of structure, or even attempt to have that type of structure, where it's like, listen, I'm speaking to everybody in the region. We have a 2030 plan, and this is the goals. This is the layout. So all the creatives and everybody know what they would need to focus on because everybody's going to help the plan come together, right?
Exactly.
So that's a collaborative goal to move forward. And I just thought that was just so genius. And I was like, man, we don't even have a 2030 plan. And I know why we don't have a 2030 plan because, and I'm not trying to get political and stuff like that. I don't even really.
No, we understand.
I don't do the political shit like that. I do creative shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like the reason we don't have a 2030 plan here is because of the age limit of the people that's running everything. Like, it's okay to have a couple of OGs doing the thing, but you know, everybody's on the, you know, damn near life support. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great perspective.
That's a good. That's,
you know, the youth. Yeah, the youth has to move things forward, and I love that the youth are moving things forward in Saudi in a big, big way, and that's what people got to watch. It's like the youth is in full motion, you know, with the green light, and that's serious. I
agree with you. When the vision came out, it was basically the blueprint. This is where we want to be. Do what you need to do to make it with us over there, and then everybody just started jumping and running. And some things it's not clear, and some things we're literally running, and we're like, "Yo, we'll figure out where we're gonna stand." It's mostly about us than the vision. The vision is there; it's very clear for you to see. We're just trying to find our piece. Where are we going to be in that piece of the puzzle to help me move people forward and to make people understand that, hey, you are different and you are special, and that's a good thing. It's never a bad thing. And I think right now, like one of the things that the Crown Prince gave us was he gave us that attitude of you can do it and you should have done it. This is what we see when he's working. Whenever we see there's a change of ministers, whatever, like we know, like, hey, thank you for your service. We appreciate you. We need someone else to move this forward. And you respect that. And you look at yourself, yo, where can I take this forward? How can I move this forward? And like, who could I help to move this forward? Because I know I have a limit. I can move it to a certain point, and there either has to be a next generation that moves it forward or someone that sees the picture better than me and move it forward. Whichever it is, I have to shake my hand with this guy's hand and try to go in the same route forward. I'm with you. It is a genius thing to tell the people, yo, this is where we're going. It's up to you to be there if you want to be there.
Like, this is the roadmap, 10, 15 years. We are getting there. That's our direction. Everybody get on board. If you don't want to, that's your loss. At the end of the day, you're missing out.
I agree with that.
What is Swizz Beatz Vision 2030? What is Swizz's vision?
I mean, my vision is to be 30 times levels up than where I'm at now, you know, on all levels. Like, I plan on leveling up
I respect
30 more times than where I'm at today. And I want to level up with a bunch of other like-minded people as well, with all the creatives, not just leveling up myself, but leveling up my surroundings and leveling up the generations of creatives around the world, you know, and it's I'm willing to take the task. I've been doing it anyway. It's like, it's not even like a job for me. You know, like when you're doing something that you love and it's something that you believe in, it's not a job. Like what you guys are doing is not a job.
No,
like,
it's not.
Although it has to have a title. It's not a job.
I know.
Like, you guys are in there having fun, and you can have fun and take care of your family. You can have fun and go on and do everything you want. Like, you know, they train us so much to work. But for me, it's like, live on vacation and go to work.
And
that's true. That's true. That's true. That's exactly
what we're trying to preach. Like, that's honestly one of the biggest messages we're trying to tell people. Listen, you don't have to go to a 9 to 5. You can find something you enjoy doing, something you want to pursue, and you make that your every day.
Yeah, man.
So is, man, everything you touch turns into gold. You are a cheat code. I'm gonna tell you that, because like how no, I'm telling you. See, if you paid close attention to Swizz Beatz from the start, you would not think Swizz would be here today. The way you made your moves, you're a crazy chess player. Because there is no way that you just sat there like, yo, this is gonna be the move and it's gonna work. No, it felt like you knew exactly how to move and when to move. You were paying attention. But no one was paying attention to you. That was a difference. And that's, I'm telling you, man. Look, one of the craziest things I saw, I was asking your team the other day, I was asking Noor, God bless her. Thank you, Noor, for being a good person. I was like, listen, with verses, do you think it would be a great case study for the future. What I mean by that, right now you have a generation that just got introduced to the greats, to the people who've been here for a while, who did it better than anybody else. And now this generation is looking at these greats. Do you think we'll have hip hop back to where it was before? Or do you think it's going to be, it's a moment and the moment will have its moment in history?
I don't think anything is meant to be back where it was before. I think everything is meant to move forward. Now, having the education and the blueprint from how it started to where that the artist can use that and pull that to advance their, craft. I think that's what's important because, like, let's say the KRS-One and Big Daddy Kane, like that was a hip hop masterclass.
Yes, it was.
Right, like that was.
Yes, it was.
That's a masterclass. And even the reggae one that I just put on Super Cat, like that's just those are things that I just have to put it in front of you because, if you didn't witness these things, because technology wasn't around like that at all, where we can share the masses. So this is the first time these artists are being in front of millions and millions of people, and the amount of phone calls and the amount of deals that these artists are already getting. And it's only been like 2 days, right? For me, that's moving forward, and I used to want things to be like how they were in the past, but then that would just mean I didn't grow, right? That means that my mind is still there. It's okay to have the knowledge from the past, but it's very important for everyone to move forward. And I think that that's what we're just trying to do. We're just trying to push it forward. And although we haven't had like a super young artist on the show yet, but that's for a reason. And people understand that reason later. Because right now the work that we're doing is very important groundwork. And it needs to have total attention. Like the Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind and Fire. Like we needed to see those,
Yeah.
So many of them.
But that's the thing, Swizz. What you're doing, like what I love about Verzuz so much is the fact that you are able to introduce all of these artists that are classics, that have their name stamped in hip hop history, and you're showing them to a new audience that's never really met them. So you are educating this younger audience. You're making sure they know the roots, and you're giving them an influence moving forward for the future. So you're hitting all of these three birds with one stone.
Yeah, now 2022 is going to be a whole different ball game. But 2021 had to establish a lure, right? We had to bring it back and show people like, look, we have artifacts here too. We have, this is open for education as well. So you can pull from this. And that's kind of like, not to call the artists old or anything like that, because they
OGs.
Definitely. OGs. We had to give the OGs respect.
And not just that, like you were able to establish the competitive element of hip hop on a mainstream level that hip hop has always needed, it always craved, but it's never been done because the moment hasn't been there, because the time wasn't right. But COVID happened, everybody was stuck at home, and like this just, blew out of the gates like nothing else. So honestly, respect on that, and how far it's been going, and how
this guy is very, very sharp. I'm gonna tell you right now.
He's paying attention.
Yeah, he's paying too much attention. I'm trying to catch him off guard, and he's like, the answer is ready.
Okay, let's take him somewhere else. Since we're talking about pivoting, right? We're talking about jumping different things.
Oh man,
what's going on with No Commission?
Yes.
Well, No Commission.
The Dean Collection.
Super. Yeah, the Dean Collection, No Commissions. So what was happening with No Commission was that we started at Basel, and then we started to do it outside of Basel, because I was like, there's so much going on in Basel. I think that we should have our own space and let No Commissions, just be about No Commissions and stop running behind other fairs and things like that. And then started to get real big. I mean, we was having 30,000 RSVPs a night, and then
wow, I
was just like I was, lines wrapped around the corner, and that looks good. But then it hit me that, man, you got 30,000 RSVPs and the place fit 3,000 people, right? For me, that's like a loss, because we lost all of those people that could have went in and got educated on. Yes, and so I just, before COVID hit, I was restructuring to make it to where it was a festival, but not, when you think of a festival, you're thinking like a stage and a bunch of people, but I wanted the space, the land as big as like a festival, right? And then break it up to where everybody who came to no commissions, if it's 300,000, you was going to be able to get in, whatever the case. And so COVID hit, and then, you know, we built the app for no commissions before I even launched no commissions.
Wow.
I had the app for it. Yeah. But the reason why I didn't put the app out was because I didn't want to put people into the matrix right out the gate. I wanted people to go to something, physically touch something, actually take time out to experience something, you know, not just go digital out the gate, because I was bringing in a whole new entry point, you see? And with that entry point, we got to be patient with the culture. We can't just throw something on their lap. And a lot of these companies, they just want to just blast off something with no education, no time taken out for the people to learn. So I was treating every verzuz. I was treating every no commissions as a case study. So we took it to Berlin, we took it to Shanghai, we took it to London, we took it to the Bronx, we took it everywhere people wanted the knowledge, right? So I feel like now I can do the app, you know, and the app is very simple, you know. You definitely have to pay for that. You have to pay. Mm-hmm. But you keep 100% of what you sell. So like, let's say $5 a month. I don't know the number yet. We didn't go through everything, but you keep 100% of your sales, right? And the reason why we did that, because I think the creatives should have some skin in the game as well.
Definitely.
You know, to take things more serious. I don't care if it's $5. I don't care whatever the number is. You're doing something for yourself, you know. But then you keep 100% of your sales, and we're putting you in front of millions and millions of art lovers and buyers around the world that we built, and I think it's going to be amazing.
That's without a doubt. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, you're democratizing art, basically. You're putting the power back in the hands of the artist, as opposed to the galleries or the showrooms or the exhibitions themselves.
Yeah, those guys do what they want. They have a different model in mind. You know, I don't have the galleries and fairs and everything. They just choose to do a different model. You know, like I'm an artist myself, so I'm just thinking, as if I'm an artist, what would I like? You know, like a lot of the other people are just business people, and so they can't think what you guys are thinking over there. They can't think what I'm thinking. You know, they just could think numbers. And I'm like, okay, the numbers are there, but you know, if you make history, the numbers will come. You know, if you stay organic, the numbers will come. Like, people know what's real and fake, you know?
Yeah.
True.
Like, people, you know, you spend all these marketing dollars putting fake things in front of people, and it just never works.
That's without a doubt. The thing I always notice about you, Swizz, you're always like, you're big on knowledge transfer. You're big on owning your work. Are we lagging?
Yeah, we don't own nothing. We don't have.
Of course, it's about owning your stuff. I agree with you.
But you know what's crazy is that this new generation don't really want to own anything. They don't want to own cars. They don't want to own homes. They don't want to own anything. It's a different space that we're getting into. You know, I grew up wanting to own everything. My kids and their friends and other, you know, kids I see, like, they don't want to own anything. Like, they'd rather just use things when they need it, you know, rent this house when I need it, Uber this car when I need it, Airbnb this house when I need it. Like, they just want to be more freelancing. And I'm noticing like a freelance mentality. And I kind of like it, because it doesn't, like, it keeps you moving. Like my son, you know, like, I don't even know where he lives. You know, where he can stay at my house, he can stay in my, but he's everywhere. You know, one minute he's in Corsica with a bag, and the next one he's in Berlin with a bag. He's trying to come to Saudi with a bag, you know, and he's living damn near out of his bag and having the time of his life. And the youth are gonna move a little different. You know, we came up wanting to own everything. I don't know if this generation coming up want to really own things.
That's actually true. I noticed that a lot.
Yeah, much less
Even here,
materialistic.
we were arguing about buying an apartment or buying a house, and everyone's like, "Yo, it's okay. I'll wait for when it comes." I'm like, "Nah, when it comes, it's gonna be too expensive. You need to think about it from today. You need to plan ahead right now. It's not like the old days where the house is gonna be like $2,000, my guy. Now the apartment is now the value of a house back in the day.
But at the same time, that's the benefits of technology, right? The fact that you are able to not own a car and still Uber everywhere and get to where you want to go, like, that keeps you much more flexible. Yes, you do lose out on the benefits of being able to do whatever whenever, but you are much more flexible in
what's the return on all the money that you put in all those apps and all those apartments that you rented?
Less things to weigh you down, I guess.
Less things to weigh you down. So then when you're 50, you'll be out in the street looking for an apartment.
You're looking for some shit to weigh you down.
See, this is why we're not going to give them money. All right, Swizz? This is why we're never going to give them money.
Just give me an apartment.
I'm going to rent to my apartment. Yo, bring your broke ass over here. I'm going to rent you my apartment.
Bro,
pay me.
I almost live here already, so, that works.
Swizz, can we talk about... I don't know if we can talk about the GI projects or not, but can you tell us what's happening with the art project in Jeddah for GI? And technical difficulties, we're back. Swizz, can you tell us about the project in Jeddah?
Oh man, the Jeddah project is super, super amazing. We've been working on it. Our company, Good Intentions. No one could tell you better than me, but
yeah, well, we're gonna drag her in a minute.
Yeah, but we always wanted to do something with Scylla. We always wanted to do something with the gatekeepers in that area, and bringing art and bringing creativity to Jeddah waterfront and during Formula One. I think it's a great entry point for people to start to understand Good Intentions and what we do, and how we plan on growing in those particular areas. And for me, my biggest thing is like, with Good Intentions, like I don't want to bring in a bunch of people outside of Saudi. Like I want Good Intention to be a company that's powered in Saudi by Saudis, and that's like the whole thing. Like I don't want to come over there and open up businesses and then bring a bunch of people from over here to do business in Saudi when Saudi is capable enough to keep the business in Saudi.
Facts.
And so, I'm probably be like the only person from the US, on the team. And I actually like it that way because it should be that way, and the other companies that's coming there, they should hire people that really know the land, people that really know the culture, and people that respect the culture, because a lot of companies they come over there and they don't really understand, and it's more for like the money instead of like what Saudi needs. Saudi needs like the love, Saudi needs like the love. Like when you come into Saudi, it needs the genuine love, and I just see like a lot of companies, they don't really have that love like that. And I was like, you know what? Instead of like being mad at them, let's build something that's a blueprint of what you should be when you're coming into Saudi, and building something. And we're excited about this project. This is the first project of many projects, inshallah. And we hope everybody's excited to see it. We started this one off on a smaller scale, but I'm happy with it.
What it sounds like, Swizz, honestly, like
that's amazing.
It sounds like you're leading the way here. It sounds like you're trailblazing. It sounds like
he's doing it right. He's doing exactly. We used to complain about this, Swizz, like even on the podcast. We used to say all these like international companies, they would come to Saudi with their opinions and thoughts, not thinking, what does this market need?
And they're people, the people that don't understand the culture, the people that didn't grow up here, the people that don't belong here, trying to dictate to the market what the market should feel and want and think. So we're sick and tired of that, honestly.
And you're coming in with this mentality that breaks it, that changes everything, which is very commendable, to be honest. And it makes us happy, it makes us proud.
By the way, Swizz, this is Turks. This is our house cat. He finally spoke.
I've been watching this podcast from the best seat in the house, and I'm loving it, to be honest. I don't need to speak here. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yo, Swizz, thank you for giving us your time. Honestly, thank you for being here. Hopefully we can be a positive influence on you in the same way you've been a positive influence on us. We really appreciate you for understanding what you're walking into. And like, I cannot thank you enough for being here, to be honest.
Thank you. And you know, we want to welcome you guys into our GI family. So
let's go.
That's about it.
Oh, the second you land Swizz and Ula, we're gonna be right there waiting for you.
With a banner. Welcome home.
Welcome back home. Welcome back to your second home.
Yeah, make sure you got the kabsa.
No, the Kabsa's coming, boy.
Don't worry
It's coming. Yo, Swizz Beatz, thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. We can't wait to have you home. And once you're here, we're gonna do this again. I want to sit down with you and have some more conversation about this. Everything has been amazing. Thank you for every single moment. You didn't have to do this. You asked us to, like, be annoying, but not yet. You just wait till you get here.
I had to do this. I
respect you for that.
I had to do it.
The next time it's got to be on this couch, Swizz.
Yes. You pass gas all day. On
You get to enjoy that.
Yeah, Swizz knows the game.
Yeah.
Someone has been leaking information from here. That's why Noor has been here for 7 months. She's been giving out information. Yo, Swizz, thank you so much. We appreciate you for being here. Again, shout out to you and your whole beautiful family. And we can't wait to see you here soon. Good intentions. We look forward to all the good work you guys want to do, and we're so happy to be partnering up with you guys. And hopefully, we'll be bringing something better to Saudi than it was before. And we appreciate you as always, man. Thank you for just being the best person of yourself and just pushing us forward, my man.
Amen.
Thank you, and congrats to you guys as well. And I'm here if you need me.
Thank you so much.
Zone.
We appreciate it. The Minister of Zon, the Prime Minister of Zone, Swizz Beatz, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, my guy. We appreciate
it for real, Swizz.
All right, salam.
Salam alaikum. Peace.
Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
Peace.
And that's right.
All right, now it's our turn. Now it's our turn. Okay, now it's our turn.
We just need to make sure that we did one thing.
All right, let's go. All right, let's recap.
I mean, wait, hang on for a second.
Yeah. Come here. Hold on.
Do we know which episode this is?
Oh, hey, welcome Pass The Kabsa, episode 103. Special guest Swizz Beatz and Good Intentions.
Yes.
Thank you guys for joining us.
He is Adil.
Hold on. Yo, I'm gonna be more of an asshole. Let me do the intro.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We've been waiting for that. Yeah, we've been waiting for that.
Yeah.
This was never meant to be a podcast, by the way.
That shows you how much we're on point right
Yes,
now.
and we're prepared.
Yes.
Hey!
Switch seats.
Welcome to Pass The Kabsa, your boy Adil, episode 103. I got Turks right behind me and Shamsi right next to me. And special guest Swizz Beatz. Okay, now cut. Thank you for joining us.
I just love the building.
Yeah, just put it in the front. Oh my God. Yo, amazing.
Yes.
No, that's amazing. So for the people who are trying to understand this, Good Intentions is accompanied by Swizz Beatz, partnered up with our homie Noor. A lot of people do not know Noor yet. Noor, you're going to come on the podcast sooner or later. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We have
she
to introduce
knows
you to
that.
the world. Because no one knows that there's a Saudi person right next to Swizz that's been there for over 10 years. Oh, yeah, your turn is coming.
Raising the Saab flag high.
Yeah. Shout out to Noor. Noor reached out to us like 7-8 months ago to have conversations, and it was all positives. It was all about collaboration and working for a bigger goal, working for something for Saudi and not working for something just, chasing dollars.
Working together, working with local artists, pushing the local narrative.
And we honestly, truly hope that we can be beneficial to everyone, to everybody that we met, to everyone that we mingled with, to everyone that we give our love and support to, and to this new generation. Hopefully, this will be a good partnership to help everybody, not just us.
Inshallah.
We told you guys so many times 2022 is going to be wild, and I guarantee you it's going to be wild. And if it's not wild, blame Shamsi.
Yeah.
You have the right to kill him.
Of course you do.
We are fine with that.
Number one.
I will hand him over.
We will give you a knife.
And if you are bored and you're looking for a pet, we will give you Turks.
Hey.
He's cuddly, low maintenance.
Yeah.
And very petable.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Again, thank you, Swizz. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Noor. Thank you, everybody, for joining
For
us.
sure.
We appreciate every single moment, man.
And thanks to everybody on the counter.
I can't wait for him to come down so we can have more conversations. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Gelek. Gelek's sitting in
man.
the back in silence. Nobody knows that you're here.
Enjoying the show.
Shout out to Sultan. We appreciate you for being here, my guy. Also, where's the merch? I'm joking. You just gonna smack me.
No, but great conversations, great discussions, honestly. So much insight here. Like the fact that we saw how he thought about Saudi Bronx, what he's thinking about the no commission. I can't wait to see everything that's going to happen.
Here's the thing. Like, we knew what we were getting into.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, we knew. We saw the passion from the moment that we met Noor.
Mhm.
We understood the direction. We understood the goal. And it was for Saudi, for the love of Saudi.
Yes.
And so
And you
we
can see
understand. What was that?
You can see that. You
Yeah,
can see
it's
that in every
very
work,
obvious.
yeah.
It's very obvious. Like it was all genuine from the first day I saw him. Look, no one knows this, but I'm very honest. Like I'm being a little petty. So the first time I saw, well, Swizz is not here anymore.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna tell you, no. So the first time I saw Swizz, okay, the guys at Middle Beast are gonna be angry. All right. The first time I saw Swizz and I saw Middle Beast, I'm like, I know for a fact that these guys do not know how to talk to him. I was like, I know for a fact that these guys do not understand what this guy is about. Hi, so shout out to Middle Beast and like, I'm just joking, guys. Ramadan, I love you, my guy. What's happening? What's in there? Give me a call,
Bro,
Let me apologize to you in person.
But I honestly, that Middle Beast set, like we made a point, like all the way back, we are going to that Swizz set.
Yes,
We are going to be there in the middle of the human soup.
Now, I'm look, from the beginning, we discussed certain things on this podcast that we cannot tell people yet, but Swizz was one of the people that we actually wanted to collaborate with because we knew that he understands. And once we saw his team, we're like, yeah, we definitely want to be in
Mhm.
because the things that we want to do for ourselves, they want to do it too.
We're on the same page.
We're all on the same
definitely
page.
on the same page.
So might as well just collaborate together and build something even bigger than what we thought they were going to do. Because again, this goes back to the thing we were talking about in the last episode about being selfless and having no ego
Mhm.
and accepting to work with people.
Yes, yes.
This is bigger than us. This is not for anything else other than for everybody around us and the people that we like and the people that we don't like also.
Stahloon.
No, it's just about having. No, it's just like listen.
Yeah.
And he mentioned that a couple of times. It's about not building for today. It's about building for tomorrow. It's about putting the people in place, the young people in the positions of power that understand that whatever you're doing, it's not for today. It's for next week. It's for next year. It's for the next 10 years.
And hopefully we stay on that beat. If we ever drop off from that beat, then we lost, to be honest.
Yeah, because it's always a move forward. It's always
Because we rejected so many things. I mean, I think the first thing that we publicly accepted was GI. It was the first thing. We hinted a couple of times, but everybody else that came to us, they came to us with their own vision for what they want to do for themselves.
their own agenda.
This is the first time that we get someone that's from across the globe
and yet
and he's on the same page.
aligned. Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. So shout out to Swizz again. Shout out to his whole beautiful family. Shout out to Noor. Everybody had good intentions. And hopefully in the future, we give you guys something worth talking about and worth being a part of. So thank you all for being here.
Special episode. Okay. With a very brief intro. And
I know you
outro.
guys thought you were gonna get questions. Okay, we'll push your questions to next week.
Like, I mean, we want to give you questions, but
We ain't got questions. We just gave all the questions away.
we had our own questions.
Yes.
And we had them answered. That's
Yes.
what happened. Salaamatek.
And staying true to ourselves. If you guys thought we prepared for this meeting,
Hell no. Hell no. We just sat down.
Yo, we
you
connected all of this like 10 minutes before Swizz call.
I'm glad we found an iPad. Like, honestly, that shit's
There was
good.
no preparation.
Like, yo.
There's echoes and shit. Like there's no. Welcome to Pass The Kabsa. It's your boy Adin.
Echoes.
Everything is still the same. We get Swizz Beatz and everything is still the same.
Yeah.
Still broken down. Anyway, thank you everybody.
This was great.
This was amazing.
This was awesome.
This was
It really
fucking
was.
amazing.
It really was.
This
All
was
right.
awesome.
After we're done, we can hug it out and cry like little girls.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we out?
We out.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Pass the Kabsa GI, baby. Let's go. Peace.
Peace.